Welcome, this is Nathan and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're continuing to take a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. I kind of haven't recorded one in a while. I think in the last video, we saw the execution of, the assassination of leader of the Central Asian Union. And we saw that really starting to break ties between, the Triangle Alliance as a whole. Don't ask my Marcus part of it. I actually kind of had to fix that. And we actually saw Korea, the Turkish Sea and Russia all leave the alliance. And it's not helping that the line team is trying to give. It's not helping that the line team, the leader of the line team, is trying to get this new president. She is now the president of this country. Nobody took over. She took over. She kind of demanded it. Doesn't help that she is starting to break ties between two really close allies. It's like Europe and America. The ties, the countries are getting split apart, but the countries' ties are slowly but surely breaking, but they still have that connection with them. This is sort of similar to that. Whereas Russia, Turkey, and Korea literally just went, nah, we don't care about you, we're leaving just because you are blaming us and we did it. Info on that guy, literally nobody knows. Literally nobody knows who did it. And the vice president, president now, she is continuing to blame. She's continuing to blame the main country she was blaming, but now she's blaming more countries. She blames the yellow team. She blames Persia. She blames the red team. Even as far as to blame countries that aren't even relevant. I don't know, the dark purple team in Iberia. She is literally going to break ties with the entire world if she keeps up, and she has. The line team, after seeing how many allegations and all that, is that allegations? After seeing how just untrusted they can be about their ally, they will be leaving the Triangle Alliance, but not breaking ties with the Central Asian Union. Remember that. They left the Triangle Alliance, but they haven't broke ties. Now, Morocco's also out of this thing. I think I should have said Morocco left this thing after the War of Asia. Oh, that is not their colour. We'll get to Morocco in a minute. But yeah, Central Asian Union has completely dismantled the Triangle Alliance. Now, do I delete the alliance there? Because there is no alliance. Well, there is, but that doesn't really count. No, I'm not going to delete this layer. Because we are going to see, spoiler, not really a spoiler, we are going to see the formation of more alliances, because, we can't just have an economic alliance and that's it. We're actually going to kind of see this one appear now. After the dissolvement of the Triangle Alliance, Korea decides it's their time to strike. And we see Korea forming the Circle Alliance. Now, this could go either way. It could go successfully and they could get members to join, or it could go really bad. It's going to go successfully, as one of their closest allies in the pink team will join. And then somebody else who's they're more of a traitor, but they're also pretty close. The green team will also join. And finally, but not least, we see a country who actually got helped out by Korea. After the War of Asia, the yellow team over here, who is basically now China, they were very isolationist and they didn't want to try and trust anybody, but with the recent help they just got from Korea, and the fact they annexed really valuable land, they've become pretty, I would say, a regional power, maybe on the level of, regional power, maybe on the, same level as, who's a regional power? Finland's a regional power. I know they're a top 10 country, but they're a regional power. And then obviously, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, done with the alliance layer. We're gonna get onto another event, which is the leader of the turquoise team. Ever since what the Central Asian Union has said against them, they have not been trusting their allies. Now, their allies are the Lion team, Tibet, and the red team up here, and also Korea. They haven't been trusting anybody but Korea. And this is kind of just the whole. This is the president. She is so heartbroken that one of her closest allies blamed her of hiring somebody to eliminate their president. Also, yes, the new president of the Central Asian Union has literally been blaming the other presidents of these countries or prime ministers or whatever, and they're not happy. Like, they haven't got anything to do with this. None of them have. I mean, you never know, but like none of them have. There's no info, no nothing. There's nothing, literally nothing about this shooter. At this point, the shooter is probably in Africa. If they go on a plane, and because planes are probably being invented now, maybe if they're probably on a car. The location of this assassination is unknown, but today's the day of the funeral of the leader, and it's huge. People literally from other countries come to attend this thing. People from the Persians, countries who helped in like the major wars that this guy attended. We see people from the turquoise team, red team, lime team, other red team, Persia, the yellow team, the light yellow team, well, Pakistan, which they used to be, turquoise team, and the yellow team all coming. Even people from like Russia and red and the blue team are making their way over. And it was huge, and there was about over 1 million people who attended it, which was absolute chaos. But this just makes this. But the turquoise team, back to them. After this day, the turquoise team will go isolationist. They will isolate themselves from the world. They will close off all their borders, and basically, the president is bringing the turquoise team. Imagine if you were depressed and you went to your friend and you started to tell them about all the stuff that's happening. You'd start taking them down with you because they would start feeling bad for you, and then they'd get depressed. But that's what she's doing here. She is dragging the turquoise team down with her. She's not taking care of the country. Rebellions in the turquoise team are getting worse and worse, and the stability of the turquoise team is getting really bad. They can't get her to resign. She simply just does not want to resign because she likes to rule her country, but she's not taking care of it properly. If she does not resign or leave soon, it could be over for the turquoise team for good. Because the stability right now is going like this. Same goes for the Central Asian Union. They were like one of the most stable countries in the world, but the people are not happy with this new president. At this point, the most stable country in the world is the Lime team. They are a very united country. They are not going to break apart anytime soon. Who isn't united though, and this is like going to be our first major event since the War of Asia. Morocco is entering into a civil war. If you remember in the last video, this blue team up here broke away from Morocco and they did nothing to sort it. It's because their country is not doing the best. It's split. And it is split. The government is split. Everyone doesn't know what to do. And frankly, it is leading to a civil war. This is really bad for Africa. And even maybe the Iberian countries. But Africa relies on Morocco. And without them, who's gonna save Africa? Like, most of the currency that's used in Africa is from Morocco. But those discussions are already gone because Morocco has just entered its civil war. The entire west part? The entirety of this area over here declares independence from the Moroccan team, and it's not just that. It's not only just that, because we see little groups popping up in support of joining the brown team down here. If you remember, these guys were occupied by the brown team. These guys were occupied by Morocco for a little bit, but they've got their freedom. But now there's pockets of rebellions in Morocco. The leader tried to prevent this. He did a very good job of trying to prevent it, but his country was doomed to enter the civil war. And it doesn't help that some certain countries, won't say names, may have funded this war. It is found, the leader of Morocco kind of finds, the leader of Morocco is actually able to find some files within during a visit to another country. He was able to retrieve some files. He does not know if the files were from that country. He does not know if the files were from that specific country he went to. But he has no idea. The country he went to, he has no idea if those files were just plans for the future, plans in the past. But either way, he found those files and he was very confused, and he didn't want to say anything because he didn't want a similar situation to Central Asian Union. But I'll let you figure out what country he went to, because it could literally be any country in the world. Anyway, Morocco is going to immediately begin to panic. The government is now in anarchy. The government is now in pure chaos. Because, the rebellion's just started, and this rebellion is not easy to fight. Immediately, this rebellion has huge arms. This is the worst civil war in history, maybe. The new pink team will immediately begin to take over very valuable land across the coast of Morocco, and this is really bad. We'll see them pushing into the Sahara in a bit, not really much, but Morocco will start fighting back these rebellions down here because they're extremely weak, and we actually see these rebellions completely fall. Now, the brown team and the people of the brown team are immediately like, you just killed some of our own people. And Morocco's like, okay, hold on. We are fighting a civil war. We do not need you joining in on this war. And the leader of this country is like, you just killed our own people, so we kind of have justification to go to war with you. And yeah, they joined the war. But they can't push in. Morocco is the top 10 power, they can't push in. You know where Morocco can push in? Wait, what? You know where Morocco... They're not going to bother with them. They're not going to bother with the brown team. They're just going to leave them. Basically a ceasefire, but they're just going to have to hold troops there, which is super annoying. But they will begin to push back against the pink team. But during fighting back against the pink team, some people get a hold of some of the technology the pink team is using, and it's really weirdly enough, this technology is the technology on the same level as the Lion Team, Korea, Central Asian Union, Turkish Team, Russia, and Turkish Team and Cyan Team. It does not say what country, but the technology that the pink team is using is more advanced than Morocco, which is really bad. And they seem to be getting more of it out of nowhere. The guns they have are better than Morocco. The equipment they have is better than Morocco. The armor they have, better than Morocco. And this is kind of the end for Morocco. With this rebellion being so big and having so much valuable land and also having better technology than Morocco, the leader loses hope, and the people want his head, and they literally do want his head. So we see a huge spearhead emerging from over here, which is just, Morocco cannot stop it. And this spearhead begins to push towards the capital of Morocco, which has never been sieged by any foreign invader. At this point, troops on the border of this country are being told to retreat, as they need to have every defense on border, but now they're getting pushed back by one of the weakest countries in Africa, which is just hilarious. Sorry, I don't know what just happened. With this, the world is starting to fund Morocco as much as they can. Countries like the Lion Team and all that are trying to fund them, but it just does not matter. The leader, seeing that the rebellion is making its way to the very capital of Morocco, will say to every single government lawyer there is, every single important person in the government, retreat either into the blue team or retreat retreat into a boat and get to the blue team, Ireland chocolate team, or the dark purple team. But the leader himself, by the time he's getting ready to go, the capital of Morocco is taken. The pink team will set up a new government, which will be in favour of them, and they will have a new government set up, and they will execute the leader of the Moroccans. And after this, Morocco is gone. We have a peace treaty being signed between the new government of Morocco and the pink team. So let's take a look at how they do it. So, in the peace treaty of Morocco, I don't know if it will be called that. In the peace treaty of Morocco, there are multiple stages. The first stage is the independence of the pink team. They are now independent and are now probably the strongest country in Africa. Maybe the strongest country in Africa, I'm not sure. The pink team is independent and they are immediately really strong. They have a lot of good land. But for some reason, part of the peace treaty is giving the purple team this piece of land down here. Now this is the pink team trying to show themselves, like, they're trying to show themselves to the world, like, we're good, we won't hurt anybody. We are just wanting independence. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to do any harm. So we're showing that we are willing to give up land to another country, even if it is desert. The brown team kind of gets screwed over a little bit. To get this, yeah, the people are not very happy, and to be fair, they're not happy because they want a war. But we see a new country over here being formed, which is weird. And then from Morocco themselves, they have a new government put in place, which is which is nowhere near as good as they are, which is nowhere near as good as the other government. It's in support of the pink team's government, of the pink team, what they want. Anyway, with the new countries being formed, we have to get them capitals. So the pink team's capital will be right here, and the Western Saharan country will be right here. Morocco is no longer a top 10 power. They have lost that title. They are now reduced to this. Will they ever see greatness again? Probably not. You never know. You don't know what I have planned for this series. They may never see greatness again, but you never know. Anyway, for one final event of this video, the green team will be spinning out a new country. Oh yeah. Okay, I didn't think about this. The land of the, okay, you know what? I have an idea. I completely forgot about this land. This is my fault. The pink team will be taking control of the old land of the country that used to be here. They'll probably end up releasing it as a country. Maybe not, I'm not sure. Would they? I really don't know. This thing probably wouldn't be able to survive as a country. But coming to the green team, they will be releasing a new country as they can't sustain all this land. This is too much for them to sustain. Their stability is probably it's not as bad as Morocco's, but it's probably on the same level as, like, I'd say, like, the turquoise team right now. They just can't. The turquoise team can handle it. These guys can't. So we see the green team spinning out a new country. I think I might make them like a dark cyan. A new country is released in this northern area of the green team, and this definitely gets a lot of weight off their chest that this is a really nice release. These people wanted independence anyway, so it was bound to happen no matter what. It was a peaceful split. They didn't have any problem with it, and that is actually going to do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.